My name is Ruby Ann Patterson and I am a mixed black woman. My dad is from Jamaica, my mum is white British, she's from Liverpool. And yeah, we're a very close-knit family. We didn't really have many connections to my mum's wider family or my dad's wider family, as he left many of them back in Jamaica. I grew up here in Manchester and mostly lived here all my life, or roundabouts. When I think about really early childhood or life growing up being mixed, the area that we lived in was quite multicultural generally, but the street that we lived on was very white. So yeah, there were a lot of altercations between us and neighbours. I guess as well because all of us, there's 4 of us children in the family, and we're all neurodivergent in some way. So I guess we were quite unruly as well, which didn't help the situation. So that was quite hard, I think, coming up with, facing racism literally outside your front door. Because really we were seen as black kids. It wasn't the mixed kids, it was these black children are, causing havoc or whatever. I think the world identified me as black. I think in my family, we identified as mixed, and my mum and dad were really, I was quite lucky because they were very generous in their in the way they set up, I guess, our creative life at home, with exposure to dolls and books and different types of families, and often we talk about different types of families, and it was very much part of my life growing up that we felt normal. Does that makes, we felt normal. I think that the challenges I had were really from other people and friends. I remember my friend, it was quite early on, I might have even been 5 because we were in the, I would have been because we were in the nursery playground. And she said, "Do you know that your mum and dad aren't the same?" And I was like, huh? Yeah, so? I kind of just didn't really, I think they set it up in a way that was quite positive and didn't make me feel like it was a negative thing, although I noticed that other people didn't see it that way quite regularly. In my work in general, I like to try and create I guess it lends itself to being mixed, really, a patchwork of different things, different styles. And I think, what inspired me were visually the landscapes of different places. So I was thinking quite deeply about the landscapes that my dad would have seen growing up in St. Mary's. And then also thinking about Liverpool, where my mum and my grandma were born, and my great-grandma, wow. Another influence of my poem was an object that I bought called well, it's actually a cow's horn, but it's called an abeng. And I did a lot of research back when I was at university and into Cromanti language and how the Maroons communicated across the moors and across the mountains. And horns were used to signal a call for rebellion. So I guess that really felt good to use that and have that as a, I guess, my poem is a bit of a call for rebellion. I had heard of the tragic MULATTA trope before. Every time it comes up kind of makes me feel really tense and awful, because I think I know how much this trope really does bleed into our lived experiences and influence our lived experiences. The tropes were helpful in a way because it helped us to see what we're up against and how kind of deeply ingrained this is to our history. yeah, I wish it was kind of known more, even more, so that we can, yeah, start to write back really, and like, yeah, change our narrative.